Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be cleaning up this 2004 Runner Limited. This is a single owner 4runner and gonna clean it up for sale. So as you can see, it's pretty filthy. So what I wanted to do was try out one of my favorite products, which is Silthamber Surfex HD. Hopefully that comes in well. It's my favorite all-purpose cleaner slash degreaser, and I figured I would go ahead and get a video. This stuff is environmentally friendly. It's not gonna kill all of your foliage and that kind of stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with a 33% ratio. So it's gonna be 2 parts water to 1 part product. So here we go. So I already filled up the water part. Let's fill it up the rest of the way with the Surfex. And of course I have it in my Chemical Guys pump sprayer. This is not my favorite pump sprayer, but for this task it'll work just fine. So the process is going to go something like this. So I'm going to rinse off this, then I'm going to spray this on there, let it dwell, and then I will come back with some brushes and things, clean it up, and then let's see how well it performed. And hopefully this picks it up pretty well. Now the smell of this is not bad at all. This is not a solvent-based cleaner, so you don't have all the harsh chemicals that you would with the solvent-based cleaners. Now we'll give it a few minutes to dry. I'm going to give it a little bit of agitation with this Pro Elite brush. It's one of my brushes I don't really use anymore, but it's good for dirty stuff. The underneath side of this has probably not been cleaned in 10 years. So just to put this into perspective. And this vehicle has 300,000 miles. So just say there's a lot of dirt on here. So because it's starting to dry a little bit, I'm just going to put a little bit of water on there just to keep it from drying on the surface. Okay, as you can see, it does a pretty decent job. The area is up here. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that out, but I'll go back over that with maybe a stiffer brush to get that out. But I would say in general, I did a pretty nice job. Let's take a look. So that's after one pass, and I can change the concentration if I feel like I need to. I'm going to stick with the 30% for now, but I'll end up going back over this, and maybe I'll change up the concentration at that point. But yeah, not bad at all. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the firewall a bit. There's a bit of dirt on there. Actually quite a bit. quite a bit of dirt kind of everywhere, to be honest. The intake manifold is pretty dirty. All the hoses are nasty. It's picking it up on here, but this thing's pretty darn filthy, to be honest. I've seen worse, but I've seen a heck of a lot better. So on top of that, we also have the valve covers, which are just absolutely disgusting. We're gonna be touching those, and so maybe what I'll do is the top portion first of the engine, and then I'll come back over the greasier parts. I'm probably gonna have to use a stronger concentration on those. Okay, so now we're gonna focus on the top part of the engine. Just so you know, I highly advise probably not doing it like this. You should probably protect some of the electronics, but I'm confident I can fix anything that goes wrong, so plus it's my vehicle. All right, now let's spray it. I just misted it up a little bit. So while I'm doing this, I'll probably mention I'm going to continue with my trailer building series, and if you haven't yet checked it out, by all means do so. I do a epoxy floor on the inside of the trailer. Came out stellar, super stoked. Anyway, I think it's worth checking out, especially if it's something you're considering. I didn't see a lot of information on YouTube, so I decided to be pretty thorough. Well, remove some of the paint on that. So I decided to be pretty thorough when I made my video. It's worth checking out. It's a 3-part series. It goes over quite a lot of stuff. It's pretty detailed, so fast forward through some of it. If it seems a little redundant, man, this stuff is just, this thing is dirty. So as you can see, there's some areas that are absolutely caked that might not be able to come out. However, if you look at the stuff that could come out, did a pretty darn decent job. I just absolutely love this stuff. And I have a ton of foliage around here, so that's one thing that I've always been kind of concerned about, is I don't want to use chemicals that are gonna kill off trees or plants or anything like that. Pretty decent for 300,000 miles. Yeah, a little bit of dirt that I need to rinse off some more. So I'll end up going over this again. So you can see like the heavier oil, grease or whatever. Probably gonna have to use a stronger dilution on that, but as a general statement, I'd say it came out pretty darn good. All right, so I will continue with this. What I'm gonna do here is I'm using the IK foamer, and if we look down in here, there's quite a bit of grease, and so I'm still with a 30% concentration, and I'm gonna see if this will knock it down enough. If not, I'm gonna have to go another route. But as you can see, with everything dry, so far it looks stellar. I'm gonna really drench this down. Just grab our handy little brush here. Just gonna agitate a little bit. When I'm doing this, I'm not putting a ton of pressure on it or anything. More or less just kind of brushing over the surface to agitate. And of course wear chemical resistant gloves, which I'm not. Alright, now that we've let it soak for quite a while, well, let's call it about 4 or 5 minutes, we're going to go ahead and rinse this thing out. So I went ahead and foamed up the engine one more time, so this will be time number 3. And my focus is to get all the areas that I wasn't able to get on the prior 2 passes, or that maybe needed a little bit more work. Considering this thing has 300,000 miles and hasn't been detailed like this in at least 10 years, if ever, I would say that, you know, this was a necessary step. Get a little closer look here at some of the work that we did with the billet hamper. Still a little bit of dirt on that cap, probably because it's a kind of a rubberized material. Maybe it's soaked in. I'm gonna have to go back over that. This area here, pretty good. See if I can get a little shade here. So, take a look inside the rails there. All the way up here. So those areas that I was having an issue with, once I hit it a second time, we were in good shape. So not bad, not bad. Looks like I need to do a little bit more rinsing. I also cleaned a little bit in here. Not a lot, just a little bit. Overall, I would say I'm quite pleased with the results of this. All the work I put into it definitely paid off, and I hope you see how easy you could do it yourself. So, by all means, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And also check out my other videos regarding detailing and also the build of my mobile detailing trailer, which is quite epic. Stay tuned, and yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Take care. And of course, as always, make sure you keep it neat.